This is the fastest way I know of to get cash. There's no selling involved, no side hustle. You don't even have to leave your house if you don't want to. I'm gonna explain what a spending freeze is and show you how you can do one. Hey there, Brittany Flammer here with videos all about budgeting and money saving tips. If you wanna be able to afford to live a life you love, then hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you don't miss any videos. Spending freeze is pretty much what it sounds like. You freeze your spending. Think back to when you were a kid and played freeze tag. You'd run around till you got tagged, then you'd stay frozen in place until someone else came and rescued you. Then you'd go back along on your way. That's how it is with the spending freeze. You spend your money like normal, then for a time you freeze your spending and don't spend anything. Then you go back to spending your money like normal. You take that money you got during the freeze and put it towards something. It can go towards debt or towards something fun. We're about to do a spending freeze and it's gonna go towards our summer vacation. But the spending freeze is also good for just giving you a restart, a financial restart. Think of it like treats. I often will eat too many treats and decide that I need a restart or a cleanse. So I'll go for a time without any treats, just to restart my body. It's the same with your money and your spending. People will do spending freezes for weeks, a month, sometimes even longer. Now, kudos to anyone that can do that, but that's not me. I know that's not realistic for me. I like to do a spending freeze of 1 week. It's short enough that it's doable. It's still hard, but I can stick to it and I won't fail. But it's long enough that I'll actually see some money and get a chunk of change. So it gives me enough incentive to actually do it. Now that you know the benefits of a spending freeze, let me show you the rules of a spending freeze. No spending money. Pretty straightforward, huh? Bills are okay. Think mortgage, rent, utilities, necessities that you'll be penalized if you don't pay. These are all things that for me are automatically paid, so I'm not actually physically going in to pay them. But anything outside of these bills, you can't spend. No shopping, no groceries, no new clothes, no online shopping, no trips to the dollar store with your kids, no runs to the coffee store on your way to work. If it costs money, the answer is no, you don't spend it. Now, I would love for you to comment down below if you think you can do a week-long freeze. Let me know in the comments down below. Now that you know what a spending freeze is, let me show you how you can make it successful. I'm not saying it's easy because it is hard. You can do the spending freeze at any time. You can start today, midweek, whenever. I personally like to plan in advance. It makes it easier for me. I like to put it on my calendar because I like to plan meals. I find that if I plan my meals, it is so much easier. Dig through your fridge, your freezer, your pantry to pull out ingredients for meals. I guarantee you, you have more food in there than you think. You have enough. It's just 7 days. You can do it. You can make do with what you've got. So dig through everything and come up with some meals to use up what you've already got on hand. It might take a little bit of creativity, but I guarantee you, you have more on hand than you think you do. So use up what you've got. Next, I like to think of activities. A lot of our money spending is just habit. It's not something we need to do. It's something we do because we're used to doing it. For example, my boys and I go to the park on Fridays, and on the way home, we drive right by the dollar store. So it has become a habit to stop at the dollar store and grab stuff. And we go in for 1 or 2 items and we come out with 20 items. There are a lot of habits like this, like grabbing coffee on the way to work. So many little things that we don't need to spend money on, but we do it because we're used to that habit. So let's plan activities that don't involve spending money. Plan for going to the park or play dates, or plan to make your own coffee at home instead of picking it up on the way to store. Just have a list of activities to do for the week so that you don't run to the store because you're bored or because you have nothing to do. Tell people about it. If you want any goals to be successful, you need to share them with people. So post on social media, announce to the world that you're gonna do a spending freeze. They will hold you accountable. Announce that you're doing it, and then follow up. Let them know how it went each day. They will help hold you accountable. If you're doing it alone, you're more likely to fail. So share it with people, even if they're not doing it with you. Just having them know about it helps hold you accountable. Try freezing your cards. Stick your debit and credit cards in a cup of water and stick them in your freezer. This way you're not getting rid of them, you still have them, but you won't be able to use them during the week. On the same note, delete shopping apps off of your phone, like Amazon or whatever stores you shop at. If you delete them, then you're not as likely to get on and start shopping. You can always reinstall them at the end of the week, but this will keep you off. This will make it less likely for you to hop on. Think about substitutions. Inevitably, you are going to run out of something or go to make something and realize you don't have an ingredient. So try this little thing called Google and search for a substitution. If you need sour cream for a meal, you can probably substitute with yogurt or maybe even milk. There are so many things you can do that for. Maybe you need breadcrumbs and you've run out. So grab cereal, grab Corn Chex or Cheerios or Corn Flakes, whatever you have on hand, and mush them up. No one's going to know but you. Just try thinking outside of the box, get a little creative, and you will be fine. The hardest part of a challenge for me is milk and fresh produce. So I know that it's going to be hard for me, so I try to prepare. I make sure I have frozen vegetables and frozen fruit on hand to use instead of fresh. We also have powdered milk in our food storage, which I kind of don't like and think's nasty, but I can use it instead of fresh milk. Or if you want to cheat a tiny bit, then set aside, allow yourself $20 or $25, just enough money to buy fresh milk, maybe some bananas and apples to make it through the week. Yes, it's cheating, but I would rather you spend $20 and stick to your no spending for the rest of the week than just fail or not even try in the first place. So if you need that $20 or just a few dollars to buy some milk and produce, then do that. One thing to note is it's okay to go somewhere if you have a gift card. Say you want to go out to eat and you've got a gift card, that's great, so long as it covers your food and your tip. As long as it covers everything, that's fine. When you're done with your spending freeze for the week, figure out how much money you would normally have spent. Me, I like to do my budgeting by the week, so I know exactly. I have about $200. So if I do a spending freeze, that's $200 I've just saved myself. But if you do a monthly budget, just divide your monthly budget by 4. If you don't do any budget at all, then check out my video up there on how to start budgeting. But really, if you don't have a budget, just go through and look at last month, see what you would normally spend, and then set that money aside for yourself. But really, check out my video on how to start budgeting, because really, you should have a budget. And actually move it out of your account to wherever it's gonna go. If it's paying off debt, put it towards your debt. If it's going for Christmas, move it into a fund for Christmas. If it's going on your summer vacation, move it into a fund for your summer vacation. Actually move it there so you see the results of your spending freeze. This spending freeze will help you reset your spending. It helps you reevaluate what you spend your money on, why you spend it, and what's important to you. And it is a great way to get some extra cash for some fun things. I know that we spend a lot more in the summer, so I like to do one before summer. I also like to do one after kids are back to school, just getting back into my budgeting routine and back to normal life. I also like to do one before Christmas to bump up our Christmas budget. Do it as much as you like, but I dare you, double dog dare you to try one. In the comments down below, let me know when you're gonna do one. If you would like to join me on my next one, send an email to me, brittanyflammer@gmail.com, and I will be sure to include you on my email list when I do my next spending freeze so we can do it together. Thanks so much. See you in the next video.